Why do we sit here being silent, watching our leaders turn into tyrants? Have they forgotten which side they're fighting for? Checks and balances set aside and rule of laws, youth and ours, and Constitution openly ignored. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Is it time for right and left to join a greater cause? Man, I'm not okay. The rich claim to be victimized just to attack the marginalized. Is 1% really worth more than all the sick and poor? Always preaching about fellowship while planning their dictatorship. Now we've seen how all of this plays out before. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call. Man, I'm not okay. Ever wonder all the mystery, why they whitewash our history, keep dividing is their plan? All in all, such a scam. Algorithm very sly, only used to spread the lies. Politicians know well, hate is simple to upsell. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call.
We are not okay. America is not okay, and we all know that. Former Congressman Joe Walsh, this is The Social Contract with Joe Walsh. Let's figure out how to get okay together.
All right, everybody, come on in, come on in, come on in. It's warm here. It's cold outside. You all know former Republican Congressman, new proud Democratic fighter, Joe Walsh. I'm Edwin Eisendrath. And Joe, you know, you and I haven't talked recently. And this guy's managed to fuck up the whole world in the short time we haven't talked.
Answer me a question. We haven't talked since before the Christmas holiday, New Year holiday.
Right.
So in the last week or two, you're right, he's fucking up the world. What jumps out at you?
Oh, my God. Well, first, the incredible, terrible murder, right? Of a woman in Minnesota. I mean, they killed somebody in Chicago. Now they killed somebody there. The lies that followed it, fast and immediate. Forget the evidence. Forget even looking at the evidence. It didn't matter. Just the idea. Lie. First, second, third. The declaration of the President of the United States that he's the Emperor of the Americas.
Yeah.
I mean, laughable and horrid. The notion they said this week that the only legitimate check on his power is his own moral compass.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, really talk about no checks at all.
But you know, Edwin, to that point, I do a lot of foreign media. I'm on the BBC and other stuff all the time, and they bombard me with the same question. Why? And they're flummoxed by this. They say, Joe, why is nobody there stopping him? Like, they don't understand this. And I try to walk them through how my former party is utterly in the tank, and that we don't really have a Congress. And they just can't understand why he's not being stopped at all.
Yeah. I mean, he was stopped here a little bit. The courts and the people here did stop him a little bit. It's a big country, and he is going to do what he's going to do until he is stopped. And he won't be stopped from doing damage until he's thrown out of office. And, you know, the Supreme Court has said he has absolute power in the executive branch to do whatever he wants. Turns out the executive branch is enormously powerful. So
lower courts have done a pretty good job of legally fighting back. The Supreme Court's been a disappointment. But again, I go back to this. I say this almost every day. This is what America looks like without a Congress. We have two branches of government, and I don't think people fully realize what that means. I mean, we're seeing it play out now, though.
Every single one of the founders, every one of them
Yeah.
would be crying at this. They believed in a legislature. They believed in the importance of a legislature. They thought it was closer to the people. They worried, intensely worried about the executive branch and its monarchical tendencies. They tried to build in checks. Every one of them would be disgusted. So, I mean, every one of them would have said to John Roberts, "Are you reading the thing we wrote when he said presidents are kings? Are you reading what we wrote? Because you're not." But
No, and
yeah.
you know what, Edwin? Like back in my Tea Party days, when I was that musket grabbing dude that you probably swore at a few times,
If you
Donald
asked
Trump, Edwin, Donald Trump is the very tyrant that we in the Tea Party always said we feared,
Yep.
and now they embrace him. And Edwin, ICE, these are the very jackbooted thugs that we all railed against 13 years ago.
Yep.
And now they applaud the jackbooted thugs.
Well, so what it says to me
Huh.
is that for some of you, the fight was about American freedom and what it means. It's an important fight, and we always have to have it. But for some in that group, it was just about, we don't even care about freedom. It's just another weapon in our political arsenal to talk about this stuff. Because this is a battle for American freedom. It's absolutely a battle. It's the clearest battle in our lifetime about American freedom. And you either want it or you don't. And the ones who don't.
You and I could disagree, but to me, the Tea Party was always about freedom.
At its best, it was.
At its best. And
Absolutely.
there were plenty of bad aspects to it. But freedom, the Constitution, the rule of law, and we abhorred the notion of authoritarianism. When you look at where we are now, it's completely flipped. The resistance to Trump is fully consistent with those Tea Party principles. My former party now is the antithesis of what we in the Tea Party, of the good that we in the Tea Party said we believed in. They've embraced a king, a tyrant, and we used to think Obama was a tyrant. The good old days of Obama. Oh my God.
Yeah. And because, oh my God, he issued an executive order. Yeah.
We would go crazy when he issued an executive order. Yeah.
So all right. So and it doesn't bother people that this current emperor says, we're going to take all these barrels of oil and sell them, and the money is going into an offshore account that I personally control, and say where the money's going to. That is just, I mean, you
It's
go to jail.
unconstitutional. He doesn't have the power of the purse. He doesn't have the power of the purse. Right.
He doesn't need it.
I guess here's the point. What's stopping him?
That's right.
Suits are being filed and will be filed. Part of the problem, Edwin, is because he lies as he breathes, we don't know what to believe. 40, 50 million barrels of oil a day now he's going to grab. What's the truth?
Well, right. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it's not good. And he's lying about it. But structurally, the courts were meant to be slower, and the executive branch was meant to be faster. So it's not really a fair fight. I mean, it takes a while. That's why the legislature is so important in this. So important, so absent. But you know what else is important? States. And the state of Minnesota, I think, is going to indict the shooter. I do. And then we're going to have a different kind of message. You know? I mean, the state of Colorado put an election cheater in jail. And the president is railing about that and cutting funds to Colorado about that. But he can't go and break her out of jail.
And that's the other thing, Edwin. We in the Tea Party were all about states' rights, state and local governments, completely flipped. Like today, the feds said, nope, Minnesota, you can't investigate this.
Yeah.
I mean, Minnesota can still proceed and do their thing, right?
I mean, what they really said was, we're not cooperating with you, and we're going to take and corrupt the evidence. But the truth is, They can take and corrupt a lot of the evidence, but I don't know. There are about 8 million videos and 100 witnesses who are there watching, so they can't kick all the evidence. There's plenty of grounds there for the state without any help from the FBI. And the FBI can later on say in his defense, oh, wait, that's not what the evidence shows, but that evidence is tainted. They're going to have a tougher time. And I think we need to do this. We need to send a message back, the same kind of message they send, which is, you know what, you fuck with us, there is a price to pay. You don't send untrained goons in here with weapons and have them shoot, a woman dropping her kid off at school, which is what she did. And then she ended up there.
Can the state indict him?
Absolutely. The local county prosecutor can indict him for murder. We tried police for murder.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, that's okay.
They claim he has, absolute immunity. J.D. Vance said. The truth is, he probably has qualified immunity, but so do the police that we have put on trial. But all of that will come out of trial, and none doesn't matter. And I don't even care. So let them fight this out on court. But at least let's go after them. I am like, this is the year this is the year to go from defense to offense. Absolutely no pussyfooting around here.
And by the way, everybody listening, punch those red hearts. And even though Edwin and I did take some time off over the holidays, that's one expression that you fired at me 3 or 4 times. This is the year we go on offense. And I think that's right. And Edwin, you and I have been similar in that I think this issue of what these masked thugs are doing on our streets, I think more than any other issue, is going to kick Republicans in the ass in November. Because it's these videos and images that seep through to the average American out there.
And I know, so does like going in and saying we're taking you all out of Venezuela. Americans don't want to do that. That's got like 8%.
I agree, but I don't know that Americans fully understand what all that means.
I agree, but they do understand foreign wars after all this time. And that's not really what they want. And Trump knows that's what we want, and yet he can't help himself. Today, 4 Republican senators signed on with Democrats to vote to. Maybe it'll pass the House and get vetoed by the president, but it won't happen. But a war powers resolution. Mm-hmm. If Chuck Schumer, weren't Chuck Schumer, but if he were really, really good at this, he would be going to those senators today and saying, we need the equivalent of a war cabinet. We need a unified Senate. Caucus with us. You can have whatever you want. Join us. We are going to start to investigate. We're going to start to hold them accountable. Before we have nothing left to hold accountable, join us. Come on in. The water's fine. You could stay Republicans. You can have your committees, but caucus with us so we can begin what we need to do to stand up and be an independent branch of government. And he should be like every day in there talking to those 4 about that, because Donald Trump already said they should never be elected to anything ever again. Right?
Yeah. No, Edwin, I think that's a great idea.
If George Soros was the man that Donald Trump says he is, you don't think he would have bought 4 Republicans in the House? They're for sale. He could have done it.
And I'll tell you, Edwin, with Marjorie's now gone. Sadly, you had that Republican congressman in Northern California who died suddenly. Just horrible. There's another Republican congressman down in Texas who got in an accident and isn't doing well. I think Mike Johnson has like a 1 or 2 vote majority right now. It's super, super thin. They've got to keep the government funded by the end of the month, but he's in trouble. There may be more traction in the House on the Venezuela thing than we think.
Yeah, I think so too. I actually think that Johnson will not be speaker before the next election.
Do you think they'll lose their majority?
Yes.
Well, they have barely a seat or 2 to give.
That's correct. And I think there's, not everybody is in a solidly, because of the way the last election went, the Republicans won some seats in districts that are just not solidly red. And there is a lot of pressure on those congressmen to at least caucus on the other side to say we need to actually have Congress do its job. And
And,
cool, will
and
it
when
be, like, I don't care about Speaker Johnson. He can go sit at home with his porn app all he wants. I don't care about that. But he should not drag the country down. Like, you know, let him
I think
sit
that's
with
right.
Yeah.
And I think the whole
Was he
mid-decade
there when you were there?
came right after.
Oh.
The
Would you have
whole
even noticed?
probably not.
Oh.
He's
And
an
that's not a
accident.
comment on you. That's a
No,
comment on him.
no, he's an accidental speaker, and his only job is to do what Donald Trump says. Again, we don't have a Congress, so we don't have a speaker. The whole mid-decade redistricting cheating that Republicans started has pretty much backfired on them. So
But
I don't
Florida's
see
going to
it.
do it anyway. Yeah. Good one.
Florida's going to do it anyway. I think Virginia's going to do it, which might help Democrats.
I think
The
we
whole,
pick up in Texas too.
yeah, they're not going to pick up 5 in Texas.
Mm-mm.
Trump is precipitously losing the Latino vote.
Oh, why? Gee, I can't imagine why.
Right now, his invasion, and it is an invasion of Venezuela, will help him in Florida with the heavy Venezuelan Cuban vote, but only in Florida. But you and I said this though before the break. Everything right now still points toward a blue tsunami. Democrats taking the House, maybe even the Senate's in reach. But Donald Trump is still the president, and he has enormous power. And you and I know this invasion of Venezuela, and he can still do things that can change the dynamic. So all I'm saying to my new party is head down, keep marching ahead.
Yeah, and you know what? Um, Even if some of the party leadership isn't interested in that message, the people on the street are interested in that message. The voters
Yeah.
are interested in that message. In 50 states, I think weirdly, you see Democrats do things like in Idaho, in Montana. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. One of the best stories of the week.
Hmm.
Oh, what's her name? That horror show in Arizona ran for governor. The former
Carrie Lake.
Carrie Lake is moving to Iowa
Oh, I heard that.
to run for Senate in Iowa. And I look forward to her being buried in a cornfield, which is what's going to happen to her.
Oh my God. Not this year. I think she's running to run in 28, I think, right?
She's running when Grassley finally goes.
Finally goes.
And that is going to give us we'll take that seat. She will not win in Iowa.
No, she shouldn't, but she may win a Republican primary in Iowa.
Great.
That's her play. That's
Even
her
better.
bet. Even better.
Even
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you remember Barack won Iowa? Iowa is my neighbor. They're not as crazy as people think, even though they don't.
Right. But let's be real. It's a red state right now.
It's a red state.
Like Ohio. And even though farmers are getting pounded, farmers got pounded in Trump's first term, but they still voted for him. So there's work to do there. But Edwin, the whole Greenland thing, and I'm going to invade Colombia and Mexico, whatever. I just don't think it behooves us to laugh at this shit. Not you and I. I think he needs to be taken seriously.
I think he needs to be taken down on these issues.
Well,
he says if Democrats win, I'm going to be impeached. Yes. The question is, why won't Republicans impeach him for absolute criminality, for destroying NATO, for threatening a NATO ally that we're going to take their land? This is criminal, and it's high crimes and misdemeanors wherever you look. So anyone who's defending him, the Republicans aren't doing their job. If they were doing their job as a legislature, they would say this man is unfit, dangerous, guilty of high crimes and misdemeanors, doesn't belong there, needs to be stopped any way he can be stopped, including if that is throwing him out, throw him out. So you bet if Democrats get in charge, yeah, we're gonna work for the country. We're gonna deal with questions like inflation, deal with questions like healthcare, because that's in our DNA. But we are also going to hold you fucking accountable for a change. And I'm sorry, I'm rambling.
No, Edwin, I love the rambling, but I'm telling you something. Assume Democrats take the House, and I think they will. The Senate's a stretch. there's going to be enormous pressure on Hakeem Jeffries and the Democratic Party establishment
Yep.
not to impeach him, to focus on 28 and politically. And I'm
Yeah.
just saying that's going to be their
I
big.
hear you loud and clear. And if I were there, I would say, you're right. We need to focus on 20. And we also need to pass some laws and let them veto them and let them just to show who they are, right? We'll pass things to lower healthcare costs. It won't become law because of the Senate or because of the president. It won't become law. We'll pass more laws that say where the damn Jeffrey Epstein files. We'll hold people accountable for that. And we'll get ready for 28. But how hard is it to pass a motion? You don't need all those hearings and hours and hours
Can't
now
have that. Yeah.
to go do an impeachment. And the evidence is before our eyes. Like you put it to them in an up or down vote. You don't even need to have a hearing. Be done.
I actually, Edwin, think that's brilliant. That's the way to do it. Have the case for impeachment ready on one sheet of paper. And then when you take over the House, put that sheet of paper down, vote on it, boom, done. He's
Right.
impeached. We don't need to prove the case. It's done.
The case is proven. It's been proven in every possible way. It's been like, this isn't like, don't belabor the obvious. Like, just move the country forward.
Now, I actually think that's a really good idea because the country would be turned off by extensive hearings.
Not
So just impeach him.
either.
Right. But then play this out, Edwin. Then it would go to the Senate. He was impeached. Let's assume the Republicans still barely control the Senate. I don't think they'll even take it up. Fine, done. You made your point.
Yeah. If they don't take it up, our point's made. If they do take it up, good luck to them. You've defended them a third time. I mean, remember, this man is the least popular man in the White House that we've had, and I can remember.
Yeah.
He's powerful.
But he's powerful, yeah. And again, he won in 24. A lot of people who are not MAGA voted for him. The Democrats still have major issues. All these people who've been going to the polls in all these special elections voting for Democrats, they despise Trump. They're not happy. They're pissed off at their own party. So maybe just Trump sucks. We'll give them the House again. But my new party's got to still get their act together.
I want to push a little bit on that because in the last round of elections, whether you're Abigail Spanberger, or Zoran Mamdani, with the constituency they have, different, they were talking about the future. They were talking about the country they want to build, the city they want to build, the state they want to build. They were talking about specific programs they want to get done. They weren't running only anti-Trump stuff. They were mostly not running anti. They did some, but it wasn't mostly a nationalized elections.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm saying that right now, Trump's numbers are so bad that the Democrats running to win the House may not have to do much. I mean, they will.
I agree with you. If they can walk and talk, they don't have to say much.
Right? Now the Senate's a different thing,
and they have to deliver. I mean, when they can't go there and be ciphers, they have to go to work. And this. I mean, the job of a there is an actual job of congressman.
God.
There's an actual job there.
We've
and
forgotten
we don't talk about this a lot because, the congressmen that people see the most are the ones who are good at the part of the job that's the social media part.
Yeah.
But there are congressmen who you don't know who work. And they work and they give us good laws and they do. I mean, the committee work is hard. No one's telling you the truth because every lobbyist is coming at you for one person or another. You got to figure it out, move the country forward. It is a hard job. Edwin, it's
a hard job. And a lot of Republicans and some Democrats, mostly Republicans, are running for the exits right now. Because they don't want to do it anymore. It's no fun. Even being in the majority like they are now, they despise their job. And I think a lot of them see the writing on the wall that the last thing they want to do is be in the minority.
Well, I mean, you've given me an idea, though, that I didn't have before. But being in the majority today in Congress isn't any different than being in the minority because the majority is Donald Trump. And you don't get him to say about anything. It's the same thing as being in the minority in a normal Congress, except that you have more votes, but the only vote that matters is Donald Trump's anyway in your Congress.
I have had Edwin privately, Republican members tell me that exact
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like being in the minority.
Why even have this job? We're not right.
Yep.
We're subservient to another branch of government.
Yeah, crazy. But good congressmen throughout our history, and it's never been the majority of congressmen because it's really hard work. But
Yeah.
good congressmen work very hard to figure out what are the laws that'll help the country move forward. They work hard at it. They go to endless tedious hearings, and not ones where they're banging the table
No.
and they have a big audience, but where somebody is talking about like what's the proper way to regulate
Mhm.
something that, or how do you
Mhm.
balance the interests of
Yeah.
different things. And it's hard but that makes the country better and makes it move forward. I mean, and we need that, and we don't have that now.
We don't have that. There's very little legislating going on.
Mhm.
They've been gone. I mean, you look at their schedule last year, they were hardly in session. This year will be more of the same. And there are some real important things on their plate right now. Trump, they broke the law on December 19th. They were supposed to release all the Epstein files. They broke the law.
And they broke the law 2 months later, a month later, when they were supposed to report on all the things they redacted. They have no intention of ever coming clear on Epstein.
No, and we won't see it until well after Trump's out of office, I believe.
If it still exists.
If it still exists.
Yeah, I'm convinced they are not just reviewing, but destroying.
But Edwin, think about this as we come to a close. An American president invaded another country. It's clear now to simply access that country's natural resource. That's why we did it.
Yeah, it's old colonialism. It's not what we do. And it breaks a world order that America has benefited from more than any country in the world. And we can be proud of, because of the billions of people on the planet that were lifted out of poverty, that whose lives have been better because of American leadership. And that era, Donald Trump has now said, is over. We are now in the era of Russia, you go ahead and take Ukraine, China, do whatever you want in Asia. We're happy with, taking Latin America and maybe Greenland. I mean, it's disgusting. It's just disgusting. And
he's fucked up the world order. Putin is happy. Trump is probably happy. Our European allies, Edwin, they have to accept it because we've got 3 more years of this.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
I mean, the other thing is that Donald Trump's a human being, and time is catching up to him.
I agree with that, Edwin. But this guy, J.D. Vance, is pretty frightening when it comes to supporting Ukraine and NATO just as much as Trump is.
But he has none of the charm and popular appeal. None, zero. Right? Yes, he's every bad instinct of Trump's, and not one. I mean, it's hard for me to take charm and Donald Trump in the same sentence, but a lot of people were drawn to it, and nobody is drawn to J.D. Vance, who barely won an election, in Ohio when he had a lot of things going for him, and he underperformed, and that was it. He has Peter Thiel on his side, and once we get into that story, America's not going to be happy about that either.
5 years ago, this past Tuesday, there was a violent attempt to overthrow an American election. And I just hope that all of us, the fear, anger, and sadness we felt that day, man, it's got to just drive us this whole year this year to do everything we can to get everybody we know to vote.
Yeah. I mean, I know we know something about voting in Chicago. We get our votes in early. We don't get them in often, not despite what they say, but we get them in early. We know how to count votes. We know to go door to door, drag you out of the house, get a bus if we need to bring everybody to the polls. We're going to get it done, and get people to vote early before the ICE guys show up and say you can't vote. I mean,
yeah, it's going to be that kind of year because ICE and Trump and the military, they're going to do whatever they can to keep people from voting.
Yep. Yep. I mean, he invaded another country and invades American cities. It's just an appalling, horrible thing. Horrible thing.
So we keep fighting, we keep working. Edwin, it's so good to see you again, my friend.
And you, Joe. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, brother.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, follow, and share The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple, Spotify. Plus, don't forget to subscribe to The Social Contract on Substack. This has been The Social Contract with Joe Walsh.